Surfing is an ancient Polynesian pastime first documented by Europeans in the 18th century. In the 1920s, the sport spread from Hawaii to the beaches of California. Back then, surfboards were made of solid wood. Today, they're made of lightweight synthetic materials. Serious surfers have their boards custom-made and engineered for the types of waves they'll be riding. At the board's core is a piece of polyurethane foam with a wooden strip down the center. The factory's shaping specialist inspects the board and checks the foam for defects. If all is well, he cuts the board to the right length. Then he chooses a board-shaped template from his library and traces it. He saws along his pencil line. Using a planer, he refines this starting shape to the customer's specifications. When he finishes, he checks to make sure everything's symmetrical. Next, he shapes the edges. With a power sander, he flattens and smooths out the surface, then follows with a fine sanding by hand. Before releasing the foam core to the next department, he checks the dimensions, thickness, contours, and the smoothness. A lamination specialist preps the board to receive its first layer of fiberglass. He masks the top, called the deck, to shield it from the resin he'll now apply to the bottom. He lays down the first fiberglass cloth, leaving an 8-centimeter overlap along the perimeter. Next, he spreads polyester resin that's tinted to whatever color the customer ordered all over the fiberglass cloth. He folds the overlap onto the deck, then grinds the corners flat. He flips the board deck side up and trims the overlap. Next, he covers the deck in 2 layers of fiberglass. In between them, he pours clear polyester resin, then positions company logos printed on rice paper. The resin soaks the paper, embedding the logo. Then, another layer of resin-coated fiberglass. Once that dries, he applies yet another coat of resin on both sides of the board. Using a router and template, he cuts a hole for the box that'll hold the surfboard's fin. He fills the hole with black resin, then inserts the fin box. Now a sanding specialist takes over. He grinds the box flush, which opens its fin slot. Then he gives the board an overall sanding to smooth the surface. Next stop is the paint room. The painter uses masking tape and an acrylic paint pen to decorate the surfboard with black pin lines. Once they dry, he masks the board and airbrushes in a white pin line. Once dry, he applies a finishing coat of resin over the entire board. Now, a polishing specialist steps in. After a fine sanding, he buffs the entire board with polishing compound, producing a slick, high-gloss finish. The factory ships the board to the surfboard shop, where the customer chooses a fin from the many models available. The fin screws into the fin box. And dude, the board is ready to go.